Hi folks, and we're back to City of Gangsters. Because a good gangster keeps 2 sets of books, and needs to keep a close eye on the production lines and who's doing what. I've noticed a few discrepancies in our business cycles that need correction. Otherwise, we'll need to crack a few heads. But before we do that, I noticed that we have, well, the obvious, we have way too much apple juice. So we need to make more hard cider production sites. That's one thing. Not too worried about that. However, in our sparkling cider production, we have a shortage of sugar despite producing more than we need. Then I remembered, oh yeah, we included the supply for the bottled rum, a sugar pickup here. And yeah, we said as much as possible. We shouldn't have. We should have said all but, so it's 8 sugar per cycle there. If we want to make sure that they always have enough. 16. All but 16. So that's one thing. You won't be short of sugar. In fact, you have way too much sugar right now. Actually, that's enough for 2 cycles. They need a lot of sugar. Yeah, that's an incredible amount of sugar. That's with no production level whatsoever. Yeah, Noemi Marini needs to... yeah, get an experience level at improving her production efficiency here to reduce these material needs. That's a lot. But, other than that, our beer keg facility, we have a huge amount of kegs, too much ice, and just enough barrels and not enough backroom beer, in fact, that now that we just completed another cycle. So, we need to, in our beer keg supply route, control the amount of ice we purchase. I think we're buying 60 at a time. So I'd say drop that to 50, see how that goes. Backroom beer, we pick up to 25 cases. Do we leave? Now I'm thinking, do we leave up to 25 cases for the backroom beer route? Or, oh. Right. Little discrepancy there. So, we pick up 25, up to 25 cases of backroom beer, the steel barrels that are barely enough. We pick up the sugar, 50 bottles of alcohol, bottles, okay. Then, to distribute the beer kegs, we're selling 10 bottles of rums per sell point, correct. Beer kegs. Do we have any more places where you can sell them that we have not been selling to? Maybe Santoro's. Maybe Santoro's we haven't been selling to. Or the places down here by... yes, we could add these. Yes. So, let's check up on the route here. We go to Ruby's Variety Shop. The solar room. where's the solar room? So I pick up the beer kegs. What? The solar room. Then we go to the regal room. And then we go up, back that way. So let's not do that. After the regal room, we continue south. And we're gonna sell 5 more around here. And 5 more around there. And 5 more around there. Right. Then you continue northward. Go back up. And you sell the Continental Cannery. The Sunset Room. The Cat Room. The Cotton Room, and then go for the rum. Right. I am concerned because... Oh no, you have 5 kegs on hand only. Okay. And you're going to... sell them. How many kegs can you transport at once? You're a small delivery truck. Kegs are... I forgot. How are they measured? Are they considered small barrels? They're small barrels. So small barrels... You would have 30? Can carry up to 30? Right. So you weren't able to sell all these even if you wanted to, in fact. But that's fine. You sell up south first and then come up north. If you can't sell all of it, you'll offload what remains up north. Okay. That sounds reasonable. That ensures we exhaust our supply of small barrels, so beer keg barrels. And then pick up the bottled rum. That's up to 60, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Sell all you pick up and start over. Each beer keg production run is only 25, so you're unlikely to actually, make it all the way across, across the entire sale route. So that should ensure that maybe that we can sell the stock we have, the pending stock we have of beer kegs currently. Because we can carry 30 for each production cycle. Maybe it's because we aren't completing the production cycle quickly enough in 8 turns, which is the production cycle? Maybe. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Right, and that was about it. So, everyone has moved and fought and done everything that was to do this turn. And, the outfit's head was whacked, so someone replace them. As with the Hydra, there's always a new head. A handful of new corners. Some pricey absinthe was distributed, that's pretty good. Some bottle labels. Decent amount of, a lot of bottles, that is very good. Someone is gonna get enough bottles for their needs. Heard through the Zeman, one of our muscle. Okay, you need to drive a lot farther. Russell Kuzmin is a driver for Sparkling Cider Route. Are you selling everything you can? Probably, because we rarely have much spare cider, so that's a good sign, I guess. Let's make sure you're friendly with pickups and drop-offs. Now, got gambling. Oh, that's to collect. Nobody to collect them with at the spots they are to be collected at. Police is angry. Oh, we want to move then. What are you doing here? Selling whiskey. Yes. Where can you sell the whiskey? Oh, you are unwilling to buy the whiskey, unsurprisingly. And, oh, got cops over there as well, so he can't sell any. That's terrible. Brought the heat onto ourselves. That's too far away. So we'll just have to get it to where we can sell it over here, I guess. They won't take the whole batch because we just sold, yeah. Just sold some over there not too long ago. Ooh, you take just about as much as we can produce, I guess. Do we have any in stock? No, that's it. Once we have bottles, we'll be making brandy. You need to repair your car. You're expanding, you're completely tapped out in expansion options. You're expanding, you're tapped out in expansion options as well. Really? Still don't have this corner, my friend. How are you? What? Is that corner bugged as well, maybe? Maybe, I don't know, maybe you expanded into it this turn, it'll only show up next turn. Probably that. You're all done, you're still expanding. Don't have that much to do here then. Let's concentrate on building. Where was the free building? Somewhere here. It's gonna be a bit tight. It's gonna be a bit tight over here, but... Okay, I need lumber, pipes, and as many barrels as we can carry. We have plenty of lumber, I assume. 18 over there, in fact. We have 18 pipes over here. That's a lot. 18 lumber and 18 pipes is pretty much everything we need, right? Too short of each, but pretty close. Then 50 barrels. 50 barrels, we should also have the northern reaches there. Okay, already at 348 stoneware. We may be able to switch some of the distribution over to here, I believe. Huh. Who should we... cider? I think we sometimes have trouble distributing it quickly enough. Maybe. No, homemade beer. We seem to have overstocked Yeah, the homemade beer guy. Let's do that right now. The homemade beer distribution route. You typically have one full load distributed to the Louise Deli. That's 120. That's less than they use up in 1 month, though, right? They sell quite a lot. Yeah. 152 every month. So they sell more than you're distributing to them on a monthly basis. So I think you need to go 2 cycles. Oh, you already do. You go 2 cycles. Okay. So I thought of this before. Not that stupid. Huh. So that's 240. That's still not enough, apparently. Okay. So you then distribute a lot of beer, a lot of beer, a lot of beer, a lot of beer. And... alright. So, the supply to this... Where are you? Over here. You pick up malt, 15. That's enough for a cycle. 1 cycle. And you need 64 crocs. Right. So, what we're going to change... What we're going to change is the amounts, because you can carry a lot more than that. And we don't need to buy this stoneware going to Anthony's sandwich counter. So, instead of doing this, you're going to pick up stoneware from the storage. As much as you can carry. So that's 120. And drop it off. That's all we're going to need in terms of Anthony's Sandwich Corners. Oh, I exited. Pickoffs. So, this is Central Wood, Central Wood, Central Woods. Then you can delete this. Just leave the pickup. Instead of 15 barrels, you can carry up to 30. So, do that. As much as you can, drop off as much as you can. And I think at some point, this one driver will be able to do the supply for homemade beer, moonshine, and hard cider, and brick wine. Because it'll be a lot shorter and simpler. Not a lot of materials to pick up for these. And he'll be able to do that in a jiffy. So. And that'll potentially free up drivers to do other stuff. Hopefully. Free up the other driver to do other stuff. Right, with the centralized stoneware supply here. So, with that done, let's double check the other storage here. I don't think we have enough bottles to start that. Nowhere near. There's only 29, which is quite pathetic, actually. It's been an abject failure so far at getting enough bottles to justify the route there. Well. So, we need barrels. Where do we produce barrels? I distinctly remember some of our facilities producing barrels. That's small barrels, that's also small barrels. Was it the back room, the gin, or the sparkling cider facility? Bathtub gin has barrels. 24 in fact, so come over here and pick those up. You can carry 14. Okay. You are also here. Well, you are closer to the other stuff we're gonna need, so. Can only carry 14 of these, okay. Get that done. Any of the fronts here need actions taken? Not for the time being, and they'll probably be done with expansions really soon. I think. Not sure what you'll do then. Maybe just wait for the fronts to stabilize around here. Or you can collect the debts if there's any nearby. No, none are nearby. You need to recover. Okay. You came to get enough money to open a new gambling operation and the district just south of the park. Let's get 30,000. And Sheba is, let's see, I think this is the middle of the precinct, right? Sort of, so around this area. Huh, need to open a favor front over here. So, either this, or this be the middle of the precinct. Yeah, more of that one, okay. More of this front. You have exactly 2 favors, that's fine. I'll get there next turn. You needed more money. How's the betting? Have you made any profit? Not that much. Barely, in fact. You're making good money overall. You're making very good money overall. And you too. So. Melnikov. Oh, they came to snoop. We need to get the hell out of Dodge. So. You don't have any cash. repair your car. Now you're ready for more action, so. Muscle hiding out deep in their home turf. I'll just have to go get them. Go repair your car. Where's the garage? Any fronts that need attention, yes. Okay, pretty good job so far. I think we should turn our attention to working favors and getting favors into the hands of people and positions that will be very useful for us to expand into in our next wave of expansions. Now that the current wave is winding down. We'll probably use a lot of our muscle for that once we finish the job with some of these outfits. There's only so many outfits. Once they're all wiped out, that's pretty much it. Everyone can go back to regular duties. But yeah, so we would like it's a bit of a oh no, because there's this street here, so these guys will expand that way and this way, right? So we'd like to have these guys at the front. Are they upright or religious? No. Excellent. Do we have any favors we could work through to get... Not necessarily. Oh, right here. Princess Reynolds to Joseph Reynolds to Arnold Scott. So... put in a good word with Joseph. Put in a word with someone else useful, I would... No, not really. Ah, but they already had... I see. Probably a favor we used with them at some point in the past. So we need to help them so they help us now in the future. Ha. Well, we need bottles. Give them a good price. That gets us a favor. Use that favor. To get in good terms with Arnold Scott. Now, you take those bottles to our alcohol facility here. They're always short of bottles. And that's a start. That's a start. Round here, a little more complex, so... Are we still expanding to that corner? We should be, but we're not, so I think it's bugged. You're still gonna expand to these two, so that's fine. And have these holes here. That's the other bugged corner, I think. Yeah. Over here. Yeah, we need a favor front. So I'm thinking one of these two. Which one is easiest? Do we have any favors to work with here? Man, that's really far away, so no. Yes. Yes, we have. Few and far between, but just enough here, so. We can talk to this fine gentleman and ask us to put in a good word with Varavlaslav. Varavlasov. And that is not enough. We already had a favor with it at some point in the past. Okay. And we just wasted the favor. So we need to buy... What are we usually short of? Sheet metal sometimes. We always need crowbars for those recurring mission types. That is not enough to get a favor. Let's get you some sheet metal at a favorable price. We can't afford that because we didn't bring enough money. Okay. So, got an in with her. Can we ask you to open a front? Oh no, we're still expanding elsewhere. Okay, of course. Well, we are out of money and got stuff to deliver to the storage area, so let's do that. Okay. Failed to collect the debts. We'll do that next turn. We're working favors here. Production stalled. Nothing important, I don't think. Respect is rising, so we got a new few corners. Russell Kuzmin, he's a driver, so... Russell Racy Kuzmin? I don't know. Cider. Not a lot of access sale. Fine batch of bottles, so that's okay. New events. Lack of resources. Ah, well, because we stopped providing you more barley because you're full on storage there. Though, I guess we're picking up a little bit more barley than you're producing currently, and we're opening up new production facilities at some point, so it might not be a bad idea to have a full storage at that point. So let's reactivate the presses supply route. Let's reactivate one of these. Okay. Lack of resources. Bottles, I'm sure. Yeah, the ones we're about to bring, of course. And overproduced sugar because we're not using it anywhere else. Okay. We need Belov to come take care of this. He should be ready. He is not. He was recovering. So he'll only be able to do that next turn. You are ready. You can repair your car. And collect a debt. Probably your first. What have you got for us? Business opportunities. All day long. So, where's the hit squad? They're moving into enemy territory. Trying to find the Hubbards. There's 2 Hubbards left. I thought I saw more at some point. Yes, they're in enemy territory. That's Colombo. Maybe instead of going deep into Hubbard territory, we should knock out the Colombos? Or the, yeah, or the exposed Hubbards right here. How much movement do you have? None. How much would you take it to get here? 9. That's more than half your movement allocation for next turn. Okay, you're ready to recover, do that. They're going back to recover. You are ready for action. And you, my friend, can go pick up some lumber. As much as you can carry in your car. Not ideal transportation. Drop off the barrels, drop off the lumber, and the pipes. We're making good progress here. So, in fact, we should swap roles. Yeah. You should go pick up the rest of the pipes. You can actually go back and get the rest of the barrels, because we're going to need a lot of them. All of these, in fact. And I don't believe we had some other facility that produced them, so... Backroom winery, no. Sparkling cider, no. Improved cider, no. Maybe just this one, and all the others were the small barrels, and I'm confusing it. Which is more than likely. That was furniture that we'll probably never need again. Until we build another swanky fine dining venue. Yeah. So I think we just exhausted our supply of barrels. Maybe we have some in storage now that I'm thinking about it. Up top here. We have 5. We do have 5 barrels over here. So yeah, okay. You came down here for what? Work favors? Oh no. You drop on, yeah. So you can go get the lumber. Oh, actually, we can talk to that here, that collecting. I hate cute. Have my problem, let's see. Who you know, bottled drinks or fancy bottled drinks? We're gonna want fancy bottled drinks. See if they don't skip down. Come over here, repair your vehicle. Vehicle repaired, and we can go pick up some lumber. And we're pretty much full up on the materials required for the production there. So, we have 12 lumber, need a total of 20. We had picked up what? 4? No, 6, I think. Yeah, 6. And we do need 20, correct. So we're 2 short. 2 lumber short. We don't produce any here. We don't have any in storage here. No. Do we have any in storage here? Also no. Okay, let's purchase 2 lumber. and transport it over. Scary Palumbo. Oh yes, you had done everything you needed. Just need to loot some safe houses. Not a bad haul. Not a bad haul at all. And let's get you back to drop off the weapons and the booze. Get you some spending money. And off you go. So, we were trying to work our influence to the future expansion prospects around here. Your cell can expand there. But over here, yeah. Oh, we actually have the favor here. Were you upright or religious? You were upright. Yeah. Remember that. Terrible, terrible news. So we need this guy. We need Alessia Marchetti. To get to the heart of Alessia Marchetti, we have no one. We have no one that can get to the heart of Alessia Marchetti. We can sell cigarettes. We do have some in storage, but they're a limited supply. They're a very limited supply. So I really like to sell them only as a last resort when you have no other chance to be friends. So maybe if we work the favors around here, we'll get an opening. Don't have many favors in this area. Or can just buy a lot of knives. Always a possibility. But yeah, you need to come down here to work that. Okay. A lot of sausage icons. You have the most important task this turn. Get us a nice gambling venue over here. And let's see what we've got. None that have spectacular walk-in potential, but that one's the best, and it's very central. The house at Oklahoma and Cedar. 4,500. Bada bim, bada boom. Got a new gambling installation. So, we need to assign a manager. We have neglected to hire new managers. Isn't that always the way? Right. Actually, we had you at the malt processor. Waiting for a new opportunity. We had hired you not so long ago. Go to the medium gambling house. And we can now drop off some cash, monies. Build new features and attract the dregs of the neighborhood that lose all their money and give us their buildings and parking spots. So, How are we going to fleece them over here? I think small table games is very efficient at doing that, with a total of 5 regulars. Of course, we can do more than that, but that would accelerate how many buildings we get. Yeah. We could always destroy it later once we have no good favors to get from them. But I did that at one point. I had one casino that had only card games, so that I could use the card parlor, see how that worked. And there were so many debts to collect that I needed... I'm not joking. One crew was not enough to collect all the debts in the precinct, because there were always 2 or 3 going. Not just from that casino, of course, but always 2 or 3 going per turn, and yeah. So I was a bit overwhelmed and exhausted all building possibilities in the neighborhood really quickly, sure, but then again, it's not like we could build 50 buildings at a time anyway. Carrying materials does take a lot of van space. So 1, I think, is a good balance on that. We actually got more walk-ins than I thought. Oh, maybe I think the number is what would be the case for a small gambling house, probably. So, 270 for a maximum 6 venues. So, if we have 1 faro parlor, we could have 5 times 25. And sports betting. That's actually not the most efficient. So I think we should have 1 faro parlor, 1 policy game, and the remainder sports betting. Yeah. So the faro parlor will cater to up to 100 walk-ins. The policy shop will cater, I think, up to 75 walk-ins. So if we add in some sports betting, that would be 200. And the next 3, another 75. So I'll actually be able to service more than all the potential walk-ins in the neighborhood. Just. I don't think I'll be able to afford... the next... Okay. So not 30, 35,000, depending on the features you want to install for a new gambling venue. Okay, so that's going. That's going, and you were here... Oh, yeah. Delivering the extra bottles you got. So that's 2 cycles worth. Okay, we'll have some extra alcohol. Should probably upgrade this at some point because we're gonna need a lot more alcohol for the gin. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, we need to build this alongside with the gin so we have a lot of alcohol being produced here. That is the thing. So the container supply route prime, or primus, should maybe include the bottles. Should maybe include the bottles, huh? Are we still, do we have a lot of stoneware still? Oh yeah, 393, that's a lot. That seems to be going well, so I'm not too worried about that then. Let's see, Sheba doesn't have all that much to do here now. Maybe make sure a front or two are still expanding. Other than start working favors to make sure that we can expand even more. Should probably get rid of this hooligan here. Yeah, to expand into that corner, we need this. We also need a favor front here to complete to that cul-de-sac and to there. So, because I'm pretty sure we don't have enough pipes, maybe we should buy pipes from this merchant here. Give them a good price. Buy a lot of pipes. And that was not enough for a favor, really. Okay, well, let's get the pipes over here. I know you make them, but you need more than you're making. And need lumber and, oh my god, a lot of steel barrels. Steel barrels are always a nightmare to find in large quantities. A lot of, wow, that is a lot of merchant that sells steel barrels over there. But these over here, they sell like 4 each. It's a nightmare. Okay, you're gonna have to go to West Manhattan to get a decent number of barrels. So, $391. Is that enough? Hope so. Repair your car. And we have Wisa Guy Robert working the favors on this area. Maybe we should have someone working the favors up on this area. And actually, you should also be taken care of, yeah. Should also get you out of the business here. Actually, there is no way you can get your corner. We have to get a favor front this guy to expand to that. That only gets us the political headquarters. I don't know, political headquarters on the other side. So this barren corner, no businesses. Or, oh, alternatively, yeah, we could get the brickery here. That's a better idea. To get these 2 corners. Still can't get that one afterwards without getting another front that is wasteful there. So we'll probably not get that corner. Then we want either the bakery. Okay, I've got a favor with Andrustajnia as well, so that's already taken care of. So all we need is a favor with this guy. And I say all we need, there's no way we get a favor with this guy without purchasing stuff from him, apparently. Guess he's got... okay. No favors we can get elsewhere. Guess we can go buy bricks. And he thinks that is not enough to give us a favor back. Really? Hard bargain. He drives a really hard bargain. Ah, you came all the way over here, but... You're still expanding, yeah. And we're gonna need a favor front over here to get to these guys. Because they're religious. Yep. Religioso. So. We can work a favor off of Anthony Chapman. Anthony Chapman is our chap. The man is our chapman. The chapman is our chap. So go on over there, get a favor over at the orange counter. Favor front, expand that way, have them pay us money afterwards. Oh, they hate us. They were threatened by gangsters because of you. Ah, someone else came to threaten them. That's not my fault. That's the other gangsters' fault. Whatever. Okay, got a lot of muscle, some of it recovering still. We need to whack some of the other outfits guys. Namely the Hubbards. The Hubbards that are hovering like buzzards. And... we should... Actually, the Villa's safe house is ready to go. Already ready to close down. So Scary Palumbo is... He's bringing back the loot from the other safe house down there. Yeah. He can hit that one as soon as he's done with that. Yep. That's open, so he will do that. As soon as we hit all the Hubbards, you can do the same to the Hubbard. Where's the Hubbard? Oh, right here. Hubbard hideout. Strange territory. They're sort of Tetrised in together, like ensconced diagonally here, but okay. Right. The villas don't exist anymore, just phantom territory. Phantom territory. So we can expand there soon enough. Actually, some of our fronts are contiguous. Yeah, we can start expanding there immediately. Immediately. All of that, though, is going to be next time. Until then.